Hey everybody, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Tarot, and today we have a in-depth love and relationship pick a card reading. This particular topic was suggested to me by the lovely Namrata Naik, who is one of my followers on Facebook. And she suggested this particular reading. So, Namrata, thank you so much for suggesting this. And I hope to see you again a little bit later. For those of you who may be new to my channel, I also have an Instagram. It's Miss Tarot 111, as well as a Facebook page under Miss Tarot that you can follow me for additional pick a card readings or just daily tarot readings. I do have that as well. All of my access to my tarot readings and reaching out to me is linked in the description below in my YouTube pages. So I would love it to hear from you guys as to what other readings you would like to see. So that being said, let's get into your pick a card reading for today. And right now you have three options in front of you. Pile number one, we have the citrine. For pile number two, we have the carnelian stone. And pile number three, we have the green fluorite. Go ahead and take a moment to figure out which stone resonates best with you, and I will see you. Hey there, pile one. If you chose the tumbled citrine stone, this will be your reading for all things love related today. Also, something I did not mention in the intro, that I did actually pull some angel and oracle cards for additional advice that we will take a look at during your reading as well. But this will be a particular in-depth reading for all things romantic. We're going to pull three cards for your past love issues and relationship types. We're also going to pull three cards for your present romantic situation. And then we're going to pull an additional three cards for what you can expect in the near to later future in regards to your love and relationships. And again, this is not solely for folks who are in particular relationships. This could also be applicable to single people just wanting to have a little bit of insight into past relationships, maybe patterns, behaviors, things why things didn't work out, or what also new energies will be coming in to expect in regards to love and relationships. So with that being said, I'm just shuffling your first cards that we are going to take out. And we're going to flip over your oracle deck first and take a look at your oracle card. The first one out the gate is number 19, which is the Dragon's Lair. This will pull some more tarot cards too, but right off the bat, I do see that you are someone who has a very innate warning system internally. You're somebody who has that amazingly honed intuition when it comes to things that are not quite in alignment with you. You're very, very good at navigating your path and listening to your heart and your intuition. And this is just a confirmation that, red flags that you see in past and previous relationships, you did not ignore. And that is something that your intuition, speaks pretty loudly to you, I feel like. I do think this is also a card that kind of tests your courage, because there is always a way to be very intuitive and honed with what things do not feel like things that do not kind of resonate with you, like things that just feel off. But you're pretty good at that. However, there is like a little bit of a balance here, needed balance that I see here, that you could possibly be someone who is overly picky or choosy or unrealistic when it comes to the level of perfection that you are requiring in a partner. You might be setting too heavy expectations, but let's just get into the tarot and get a little bit more information. So, Spirit, for pile one, what are we looking for regarding past relationships? Okay. So first up, we have the Judgment card, we have the Hanged Man, and we have the Hierophant. Okay. So the first thing that I see here, Spirit, number one, we have three major arcana here, which is pretty remarkable right out the bat. With the Judgment card here, I do see a lot of like an awakening that has come your way in the past. Maybe you were in a relationship that was, so I don't want to say abusive in some aspects, but there were things that popped up in that relationship that you were called to pay attention to on a higher level and really understand that this kind of was not for you. Also, I do see for some of you that you may have been waiting on something to commit. The Hierophant and the Hanged Man here. This really speaks to a lot of commitment and structure, as well as kind of sac. I don't know how I'm putting that here. Kind of a religious order. So there's a lot of structure, a lot of hierarchy, a lot of things within the Hierophant that are done to a specific moral order. Maybe there was something in the relationship that was kind of testing you spiritually, possibly. Also, for some of you, I do see, especially with the Hierophant and the Hanged Man, that you might have been waiting for somebody to take this relationship to the next level, and they were not. You might have been sitting around too long waiting for, marriage or a significant commitment, and when that didn't come, you were reawakened to the idea that, this may not be your trajectory of how the relationship should go was not in somebody else's, I guess, goals and mindset. They were not really on the same wavelength as you when it comes to, commitment and things moving forward. You might have been just kind of spinning your wheels with this person, and, with you being so highly intuitive and maybe understanding that this was not going to be a winnable situation. You were not going to get what you want. You bailed, and rightfully so. That's kind of what I'm getting here for you, pile one, in your past. For your present situation, I do want to take a look at our next oracle card, which is the Midas Star. And in your current situation, this really has a lot to do with luck being on your side. It says, let the magic happen. The Midas Star usually is about bringing about abundance and prosperity. This creates changes in all areas of your life, particularly in personal relationships, and work and home. It's luck or blessings or even abundance, whatever you want to call it, is that unseen force that causes good things to happen, despite, even if you don't have, your own manifestation and skills kind of like that honed, despite your own efforts and abilities. But there is going to be this is a time for you to establish yourself, work on yourself and live a more fulfilling life. You whatever it is that you are trying to actually manifest in your life right now, which may or may not be a relationship, it is coming to fruition. And I do get the vibe that you are very much more kind of taking a step back and working on yourself and taking some time to really let things happen and let the universe guide you into the path you need to be, instead of kind of forcing things to happen or jumping at the first opportunity that presents itself, is the sense I'm getting. So for your current situation, in addition to that Midas star, we are going to take out the Tarot of the Abyss card deck and just do a quick shuffle here. And then we will get a little bit more information on what is happening in your present situation. Again, does not have to be relationship with somebody else currently. This could be, things happening while you are single, that sort of thing. Maybe somebody has your eye on you, something like that. So, oh, one came right out. We got the Magician. Okay. Wow. I love it when they pop out so quickly. And I cannot believe how much major arcana you are getting, pile one. Oh my gosh. And we have the star. It's been a long time since I have seen all major arcana coming out at one time. That is pretty significant. There is a really big sense in with this reading that you are being watched over. I really think the universe has really big plans for you. There's this sense of, wow, something really big is coming, and it's going to really set you on a path to what you want. And that's just kind of the right off the bat, the sense that I'm getting, especially with all these major arcana. But let's take a look at the world card first. The world is pretty much has to do with completion and accomplishment. Maybe once you released yourself from this relationship or the situation that was no longer serving you, you went to back to school, or you started to do things that you never had the chance to doing, or that's what you're doing right now. I do see that there's a lot of accomplishment and a lot of goal achievement pretty much in this in this particular reading. And sorry, my cat is just trying to jump up on the tarot cards right now. But if you have not reached this point of completion, then you're absolutely close. You are able to look back at your past experiences and really acknowledge how far you've come and what you've learned along the way. This could also mean that you are taking that opportunity to explore and quite literally travel the world, gain new experiences, maybe also some new opportunities, and just kind of really expand your mind quite a bit. And with the Magician card here, I do think that kind of follows the suit of the world when it comes to manifestation and inspired action. There is quite a bit of energy here that is really reinforcing that whatever path you are on is being divinely guided. If you are with somebody currently, it does look like you are in a situation where you are very clear about what and why you want it, what you want and why, and that you are really committing to this particular person, or this person is being very committed to you, one of the two. If there's a huge amount of spiritual support and manifestation, I almost kind of get a sense for some of you that you may have met your soulmate. There, with the star card here, that's the star really always makes me feel, when I see it, it's kind of like a make-a-wish type moment. And I do feel like you may have very much called in a source of renewal and spirituality, and called in a soulmate. This particular card is really you, after you've gone through and endured so much and not necessarily hardships, but things that have happened over and over again that were probably really difficult as far as challenges go, and you are still connecting to the divine source in this very pure and loving energy. It's a sense of hope and faith, and that you are being truly blessed by the universe. You've entered into a loving phase in your life with calm energy and mental stability. So, for some of you, I do get the sense that you may have either, number one, left a relationship that was not going anywhere, that was being committed, and you've made a commitment to yourself um, to not be in that particular predicament again. And also, I do also get a sense for some of you that you may have been in a very unhappy relationship or marriage that you really feel like was suffocating your soul, essentially, that you were being held back from things that you really wanted to do in life, and you were kind of tired of it. For whatever reason, I'm just getting the sense that there's some of you who are maybe be older folks with kids, and who may have stuck in these relationships for the kids, and now that the kids are kind of grown and flown, you are done. You want to travel, you want to experience the world, and it doesn't look like this partner is with you. But the sense that I'm getting for you, pile one, is that you're okay with all of this. You've left that ultra heavy baggage behind, and you are all about just rediscovering a sense of meaning, purpose, and inspiration in your life. And if that means being in a relationship with yourself and finally committing to loving yourself, then even better. But a lot of you, I do see that you are somehow calling in the person that you are meant to be with for the rest of your life. It looks to me like you do know this person. You are familiar with this person. So either they are already in your life or somebody you know. So that being said, let's take a look at what the future is going to hold. And for that, we're going to pull the rest of your oracle cards, as well as pull some additional tarot cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. So, right. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. So we have Cracker, positive energy surrounds you, love, joy, and good fortune await. And we also have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And if that's not confirmation, I don't know what is. That is an absolute trip, because that is it's I've been doing tarot for a long time, and it still amazes me when the cards align so concretely and perfectly. Like, it always gives me chills. And it's for those of you who really love tarot and tarot readings, I do really think it would be wise of you to learn how to do this craft on your own, not necessarily for any financial need or gain or anything, but just to really hone your intuition and get in line with spirit, and see that it's almost like a connection to spirit is playing out right in front of you. They're telling you exactly what it is. And when you receive confirmations like this, it is absolutely crazy. They're speaking right to you. And for a lot of people, that's just so fulfilling in a way. For me, it is anyway. And then finally, we have starting over with the snake and the fern. And I do think that you are starting over in a period of honoring yourself, honoring your intuition, not paying too much attention to, paying more attention to the things that you want and the needs that you have to have fulfilled in order for you to be a happy, healthy human. So let's take a look at what's coming in your future. Pile number 3 needs some advice, spirit. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have the Star card. We have the Tower. And we have the Two of Wands. So again, I think you are absolutely being called to really pay attention around you right now, because your soulmate is coming in. You, with the Magician card and the Double Star card here, I really think that you are in this really good place to where you can pull in exactly what you want right now. Do it through meditation, do it through prayer, do it through daily affirmations. Either way, I really do think that you are calling in the person that you will be connected to. This is possibly, we're talking about a soulmate connection, twin flame, that sort of thing that will be with you through the rest of your life. This with the Two of Wands here, I do kind of get the sense, especially with the world, that you may be traveling abroad. Some of you may be meeting your soulmate through some form of travel. You could be leaving the state, you could be leaving the city, or they could be coming in from another country and you meeting with them, and sparks flying, that sort of thing. With the Tower here, a lot of people get kind of freaked out when they see the Tower card. They think of it in a very negative fashion and destruction. What I think it's trying to tell you here, especially since you're surrounded by so much abundance and divine love, is that you are recognizing that everything that had happened prior to this, that was no longer serving you, and your way of thinking that possibly you are undeserving of love and affection, is being torn down. You have worked on your self-esteem. You've worked on yourself. You have somehow manifested this amazing person that will be coming into your life that's going to bring so much joy and happiness. That whole old ways of living and the old ways of you existing are going to be just thrown out, completely thrown out, torn down, and you are going to rebuild a new life. I do think that, like I said, with the Two of Wands, for most of you, it looks like this is going to be some sort of travel that you are embarking on where you are going to meet this person. But I do see a lot of positive energy. If you are being so surrounded, I mean, you have nothing but major arcana here except for the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands was just here to pretty much emphasize the world and let us know that there was going to be somebody outside your typical community that is going to be coming in. So, or you will be going out and really being adventurous and attracting that person or manifesting that person in a new way, just because you're going to be out and about living your best life. And this energy that you're exuding to everyone and everything is going to be returned upon you, and that this person is going to be really attracted to that energy, because who wouldn't be? But I do like this whole reading. I feel very energetic for you, pile one. This is one of those things where it's full of hope and amazing, just like, finally, yeah, you've got this. I'm so excited for you, pile one. I really think that there is something coming in for you that's going to be big. And if you happen to be pile one and this resonates with you, please leave me a comment below and let me know what the situation is, because I'm so curious. But that being said, I'm going to leave this reading with you, and I would very much appreciate it if you liked, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That is the easiest way you can support me. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I do have an email address listed in the descriptions below, all with those other links, where you can reach out to me anytime with ideas for videos or how to book a personal reading with me. Either way, I would love to see you again. So thank you so much for being here, Pile One. I appreciate you. Take care. Hey there, Pile Two. If you chose the red carnelian tumbled stone, this will be your reading for all things related to your love life. And something that I failed to mention in the intro is that I also pulled some oracle cards for you specifically, just to get some more insight and advice into what is going on in your relationships. So just want to give you a heads up that we will be taking a peek at 3 separate things with this in-depth card reading for your love life. Right now, we're going to take a peek at your past love and relationships, maybe some behaviors that might have contributed to things not working out. Just pretty much get a sense of what energies you have left behind, and maybe what experiences were kind of set you on this path, I guess. But first, I got those shuffled and ready to go. Let's take a peek at your oracle card. Right off the bat, we have goblins with the number 5, signifying significant change. Um, I do, with the goblins card, the quote that comes with this card is fear is an illusion. Choose love today, forgive yourself and others. And, with this goblin card, this has to do with a part of you, a negative shadow side of yourself being born because you have been so wounded from something lost in your most recent relationship experience. From this, from that experience forward, you may have forgotten a lot of who you are. It may have really shattered your sense of self and safety. Um, you may have left that relationship feeling that you are unworthy, or that you were possibly, unlovable, and you really felt kind of held hostage in that relationship, and the fact that, you were lacking what you need, but you didn't have the self-confidence or the self-worth to, tell this person to, take a hike and get out of your life for good. So if you are in a situation like that currently, this may be more of a current type situation, obviously, but I do see for most of you that this is something that happened in the past, and that, in order for you to get what you want, relationship or romantically speaking, you're really going to have to work on releasing your resentments, and as well as some negative self-talk about yourself. You very much seem right away, pile to seem like you are really lacking the confidence and self-worth, and not realizing how amazing you actually are. So let's take a look and get a little bit more information um, regarding past. Oh, that one came out right away. Take those two, and we got Temperance. Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Justice card, we have Temperance, along with Goblins. Okay. Well, I do see that whatever had been happening to you previously is something that may have been kind of a fast and furious type of relationship. Maybe you entered into it too quickly, um, and you probably went against your own intuition when it came to choosing this particular person or this love path that you were on. There is with wands, it's a lot of fire energy. There is a very impulsive type and impatient, where you may have entered into this relationship based on a lot of kind of flash, and maybe this person kind of deceived you with kind of how amazing they appeared on the surface, but once you got to know them on a much more intimate level, that you had probably some severe reservations about who they were and if this was going to work. But by then, maybe you were kind of in too deep as far as relationships go. There was something that came out of this relationship, some sort of truth that came to, that you were now knowledgeable of, essentially. The Justice card has a lot to do with fairness and truth, and things in the law. I'm not sure, for some of you, if you may have been taken advantage of in a financial sense, or that there was some sort of justice that needed to be served. There was some sort of truth that had to come out of this relationship, and it did. And what it resulted in is a lot of resentment, and some really poor and negative aspects about yourself you came to be believing. So I don't know if this person was the cause of that, or if you had done something in this relationship that maybe kind of caused you to lose a little bit of self-respect. I sometimes I see this when people are have committed, kind of like had not necessarily cheated, but they weren't open and forthright and honest about what they wanted out of the relationship. And sometimes, the truth always comes to light. Sometimes it takes a little while, but it did. And what you wanted, or what this situation that you had in the past really needed, was a lot more balance. I do possibly, with the temperance card here, get the sense that somebody in this relationship, whether you or the other person, may have been considered or made to believe that they were possibly a burden, or that you felt. I do think it's really you, pile two, that has this issue with not recognizing that you are a beautiful human being with needs and desires that absolutely deserve to be fulfilled. And when you did not realize, or when you realized that you were not going to be getting what you needed, I do believe that you finally listened to that inner voice that was guiding you to the right outcome, which was putting yourself first and having a longer term vision of what you want to achieve. You are somebody who really seemed like they wanted to work hard to make sure that something worked, this particular relationship in the past. But for whatever reason, there were certain things that came to light, for whatever reason, just popped in my head. I get the sense that, for some of you, you fell in love with somebody who was already in a committed relationship, either a marriage or a specific long-term relationship that you did not know about. And when that came to light, I do think that you may have expected this person to choose you and leave their current partners, and that they didn't. And this caused a lot of resentment, and a lot of this really did a number on your self-esteem and self-worth. I do, for whatever reason, that just really popped into my head when it comes to specific circumstances around this pile too. So take what resonates and get rid of the rest, because this is a reading for the collective. I don't think it's going to be particular, but for particularly spot on for everybody. But I do get the sense that there was some sort of deceit involved and some sort of truth coming to light in this past relationship. So, well, let's not dwell on the past too much. Let's take a look at number one. Let's take a look at your next oracle card, which is time out. Take time for a much needed break and relax. Yes. And then also we are going to take a look at your current energies, your current love situation, whether it be incoming energies or a current situation with a love interest or a person that you happen to be in. But I do right away see that you need to, like I said with the Goblin card, you really need to release whatever negative energy is hanging around you at this point. But let's take a look at the tarot real quick and see. Pile two, Spirit. Current situation for pile two. Okay. We have the Eight of Swords. Just going to pop this over here. Eight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and we have the Eight of Wands. I do want to take a look and kind of go a little bit more in depth with you when it comes to this time out card here. This particular deck is the Angel Power Wisdom card Oracle deck, and the timeout is for this particular card has to do with, no matter how broken or exhausted you are feeling as a part of the challenges that you had just, left behind you. You're still probably feeling a lot of the effects of trauma from a particular relationship or some sort of stress or conflict. So you really, it's very literal in the sense that you need to take time out to replenish and nourish your body, your mind, your spirit, and really take a sense of knowing that situations are always going to change. Nothing is ever going to stay the same. And that, the strength will be returning to you. Your angels are very much recommending a lot of plenty, a lot of rest and just taking care of yourself, whatever that looks like for you, in a very literal sense. So with the Eight of Wands here first, you know, the Eight of Wands, it usually has to do with a lot of um, leaving, charging ahead and leaving something behind you, but really kind of slowing down and considering your next steps before things happen. This is a very fast-paced energy, and it it could literally mean, especially paired with the timeout and this Eight of Swords over here, I do think you are being encouraged you to slow down a little bit, resist this moving, everything moving so fast, and really making the most of allowing this loving energy of taking the time out and honoring yourself to kind of go flow through you in a sense. There is going to be a rapid completion. For some of you, I do think with this, you may be in the middle of a breakup, essentially, or some sort of ending of a long commitment, could even be a marriage. And it's coming in fast. So you really need to take the time and energy to focus on yourself for a little bit. This is a very traumatic and difficult process. That you are having to deal with. And for a lot of you, I do think that, especially with the Eight of Swords, there's going to be a lot of clarity and a finalization and success that is coming out of this ending, I guess is what I want to say. You'll be able to look at the world with, fresh eyes and really seeing what had been troubling you in your life and being able to get rid of all that baggage, essentially. It has to do a lot with also sometimes pursuing, the truth in order to find justice. And with the Justice card here, actually right underneath it, I really do think that you are somebody who needs to champion your rights and stand up for yourself and what you want. You're going to have to really take charge of your own happiness and forge ahead and realize that all this conflict that happened is going to be in your past. You can start and turn a new leaf, essentially, and that you can realize that you are very much somebody who is worthy and deserving. Just because this past one did not fulfill your needs does not mean mean that you are undeserving, if that makes sense. But it's easier said than done, right? With the Eight of Swords, I do also think that you do feel you could feel very trapped by your negative thoughts and have this kind of, I don't want to say victim mentality, but that kind of sense that you're just like, oh, poor me. I'm not, I'll never get through this, or I'm never going to get what I want. And really being in that mindset, that really restricted mindset, is not going to be helpful, obviously, for you to get out. This lady, in the traditional tarot deck, I really like this artwork, but in the traditional tarot deck, it's a lady who is imprisoned or kind of blindfolded, tied up, and then surrounded by eight swords. And she really thinks that she cannot escape. All she has to do, though, is kind of free herself. She is not trapped. Things are not what they seem. And really, I think you're being advised to, in your current situation, to really stop that negative self-talk and the beliefs that are holding you back. And as you change your thoughts about yourself, you are going to change your reality. Try for just a little while replacing those negative thoughts with positive ones, and you are really going to start creating a more favorable situation for yourself. um, just do not think that what has come about was your fault in any sort of way. And make sure it's really important for you to take back your power and your accountability, and really open your eyes to the options in front of you and choose which path you want to go on now. You are not powerless. You are in absolute control of your situation. And you have your angels and spirit and everybody behind you really trying to make sure that you stay successful, that all this is happened for a reason, and you are on the path to a higher purpose, even if that doesn't look like what it is right now. And um, it's just trust yourself. Okay. Just, I really feel for you, pile two, in this situation that you're in, but you absolutely should just trust yourself, take some space, realize that negative behavior and negative self-talk about yourself is absolutely not true. You may need to seek out some professional help to work on that sort of, confidence and self-worth issues. Maybe there's, some abandonment type wounds that are there, but either way, just take care of yourself and realize that none of that negative talk that you are going through is true about yourself. You can absolutely take what you want and be who you want. You are very much an amazing child of spirit, and you will move on to better things. So just claim that and know it, if that makes sense. Okay, so with that being said, let's take a look at your last part of your oracle cards, as well as get some advice as to what is coming in for future. And we have, I'm going to put this guy right here. We have flowers with the number 11. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And we have independence with the cat and the lavender. Let's grab some cards from the Light Seers deck. But first, actually, let's take a look at, this particular card, the Fortune Oracle. I do think that sometimes when it comes to love life and relationships with this card, there is with this card, I do get the sense that there's a lot of anger and resentment that is consuming you, or worry, or some sort of problem and grief, and you are absolutely being told to stop walking on eggshells, essentially. There are tokens of love, recognition, and um, in abundance, and it coming your way very, very soon. And it has to do with, really lifting your spirit and your energy level and your frequency. This is a strong divine love connection of you being taken care of, and you putting out the love that you wish to receive, essentially. But if there is someone in your mind that you are constantly going over conversations and messages and that sort of thing, it really does speak to the fact that you need to release all of that before you can actually take a step forward and be open and ready for something new. And let's get with the cat and, the cat and the lavender with independence, and this, contradictory card of codependency. There is a sense right here that I was kind of what I was talking about before, where there was a lack of independence and self-worth, and, beliefs about yourself as to whether or not you were deserving, or should be receiving and having your needs met, which is absolutely something that you are deserving of. I don't even think I could say it more more times than that in this thing, but you might, ooh, yeah, the fire just went out. Oh, there goes the candle. That's sometimes very symbolic. The codependency piece right here, I do think is something that you should probably work on and try and work on more independence. You are a sovereign individual that does not need anyone or anything to other than yourself to be happy. You choose to bring people in who supplement your own happiness. So really go within and make sure that you are not dependent on anyone but yourself. I think that's the advice that we're getting here early on. So let's take a few more cards. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, that's beautiful. Perfect. Okay. I do see a very strong support structure coming in for you with the Three of Cups. I see the High Priestess, and then we got the 10 of Wands, which is awesome. So first of all, let's take a look at the I can't speak today, the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is traditionally about celebration, but it's mostly about collaborations and friendship. There is some sort of support structure that you are going to be leaning on, or should be leaning on right now. There's like this connection, and it doesn't necessarily mean female groups or female structure of connection, but I do get the sense that there is a very feminine energy archetype. And when I mean by feminine energy, I mean the supportive and nurturing aspect of you. You're going to be surrounded by that with loved ones and people who very much care deeply about you, who are going to get you through this. And I really think you are being advised to lean on them heavily to get you through whatever this is. You also are, it could be also really encouraging you to get out there and be more sociable, and really spend time around people that honor you, and you will absolutely come into your own, your self-esteem is going to absolutely return when you're around people who celebrate you and honor you and see the most beautiful things in you. So make sure that you are, surrounding yourself with people who are worthy of that time and attention that you give them, that you're surrounding yourself with a supportive structure. So with the High Priestess, it does have to do a lot with, intuition, the divine feminine, like I was saying before, with the archetype of nurturing and honoring yourself. And when it comes to something with, the love aspect, it really is trusting your own divine feminine energy. And like I said, this could be a reading for male or female, however you identify, but your divine feminine is an archetype inside you that is counter to the masculine energy. And just be proud of your ability to nurture, to sense and trust and empathize, and really pay attention to your intuition. Looks like there will be a final completion and possibly a romantic involvement coming your way in the distant future. But it does look like a lot of internal work needs to be done before you are going to be in a space where you will be able to really get what you want, essentially. You really need to beware of, the burden that you're carrying into a relationship, because I do think that while you are going to have multiple opportunities to enter into a new relationship right now, and with I do also get the sense that you have several people that are kind of eyeing you right now, especially since you are, soon to be coming free or possibly free from any relationships. That, you are still carrying the extra weight of your resentment and anger on past relationships, and you are being advised to not carry that into the future. You really need to kind of examine your thoughts and actions and figure out the stuff in the past that you need to leave in the past so that it doesn't weigh you down and affect your ability to, have a loving and supportive relationship in the future. It's a lot of hard work, but you need to actually put that down. And like I said, pile two, you may need extra support with that. And I do think with the high priestess, you are being asked to kind of tap into a more divine source to find that within you in order to manifest the partner and the love that you are hoping will come into your life once you release all that negative energy and clear yourself of that resentment and increase your self-worth and your self-esteem. You are going to attract exactly what you want. So all right, pile two, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And if this reading resonated with you, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. I love to hear, everybody's situations and whether or not this message actually spoke to you. Also, please like and subscribe my channel. This is the easiest way that you can help me grow my channel. It's in its very early stages, but I love doing it and I want to continue doing it in the future. So you can also reach out to me. There are several links in the description below as to how you can reach me on Instagram, on Facebook, on my website, as well as my email address if there are specific readings that you want to see. But with that, I will leave this here for you, pile two. Thank you so much for being here. You are an absolutely beautiful and special individual that I can see even through these cards, and just, big hugs to you. You will make it through whatever it is that you are going through, and you will be absolutely stronger. You have the strength within you, and I really do get the sense that you are going to overcome and get exactly what you want. So take care, and I will see you next time. Hey there, pile three. If you chose the green fluorite tumbled stone, this is your reading for all things related to love and relationships. This will be a very in-depth reading, and something I did not mention in the intro is that I did also pull some oracle cards for additional information and advice that we will get into once the reading gets kind of going. But right off the bat, let's take a look at your first oracle card, and then we will shuffle and get some tarot information for specifics. So this first part, we're going to take a look at 3 cards for your past love situation, 3 cards for your present situation, and 3 cards for upcoming and future energies and possible opportunities coming in regarding love and relationships. So let's just give this a quick shuffle. With the Field of Dreams card here, I do get the sense right away that this card might have to do with specific goals and dreams that you had towards a particular event in a relationship that, may have not come to fruition, or possibly may have been somebody else's kind of dreams that you were working on fulfilling rather than your own. I'm going to just shuffle this real quick. Wow. I think we just got one that flew. Okay, there we go. One that flew away. And then we have one more to go. Oops. Okay, that's way too much, but we'll take the King of Pentacles. That works. Okay, so right now I'm taking a look at the Eight of Cups. So I think sort of in tangent with this Field of Dreams card, I do feel first off that this reading is kind of really jumbled. like the energy that I'm getting right now is kind of like I don't know what I want. I'm really unsure, and for whatever reason, I think the priority is trying to find something that is kind of self-assuring or also financially stable. There may have been something in your past relationships regarding specific disappointments around financial matters. Maybe there was something that you were taking advantage of, or maybe there was something where you were heavily relying on somebody to possibly take care of you that did not come into fruition. Either way, it does look like there is something missing from this previous relationship. You very much, or someone left this circumstances based on an unfulfilling situation. I do kind of get the sense that this might have been more of an emotional sense rather than financial, but I do also get the sense that you were trying to pursue a certain level of contentment and fulfillment on a deeper level, and that you were not able to get. Something that also came to me, pile two, when reviewing, or I'm sorry, pile three, when looking at this, I do kind of get the sense that maybe you walked away from a particular situation because somebody was not making you a priority. I do think that with the Two of Pentacles here, this is somebody who is unable to manage their time and multiple priorities, or being able, they were overcommitted in a sense to where there were so many things that they're on their plate that you were not being able, not being fulfilled in the way that you needed to be in regarding to, attention and time spent together. So maybe you did never felt like you were a priority. I do get the sense that this might have been an older person who you were with. This could also have been something really tied to finances in a way where I guess how do I want to say this? There was this kind of a losing of a loss of confidence, or along with the multi priorities piece, was that it's just a lot of disorganization and too many multiple priorities and not enough financial resources. I don't know why I'm getting those three right away, and I can't really figure out how those kind of coordinate. The two, if we take a close look, is, the Two of Pentacles often kind of appears when somebody's extremely busy, rushing from one thing to the next, and there's little downtime, and you're kind of getting caught into the day-to-day demands, and really being neglectful of other aspects of your life that need attention. And I do get the sense with the Eight of Cups that somehow either you or this person who was not receiving the attention has walked away from the situation due to the level of disappointment and neglect. I don't know if this is you who walked away, or if this was your partner who walked away. You may be the person. For some of you, I do believe that you may be embodying this King of Pentacles type energy, in the fact that you are a particular person who is very materialistic, very wealthy, possibly have been blessed with a lot of financial abundance and worldly success. I do think for some of you that you were a good and faithful provider, and you used your ambition and your confidence to create wealth. You could be a very savvy businessman. You could be somebody who is running your own business, which takes a lot of time and energy, and maybe you were in the situation where your dreams did not align with the person that you were with. You do not have to be, with the King of Pentacles here, you do not have to be a male. You could very much be a female or anybody who wants to identify with either or. But I do kind of get the sense that you had multiple priorities, or your partner had very multiple priorities, in the fact that they were trying to run a business or be very successful in some particular way that was disappointing to one or the other. Somebody was being neglected in the relationship. I'm not sure if it was you or if it was the other person, but there was a lot of time, energy, and focus spent elsewhere rather than in the relationship. And in the end, somebody walked away because their needs were not being met. So that's what I see in the past. It took a hot minute to kind of differentiate that, but let's take a look at your current situation and see if we can make sense of that. How about that? So right away we have release, let go, and focus on what is positive and uplifting. And let's get a nice shuffle. On these cards real quick and see. Pile 3. Nice. One more spirit for pile 3. Current situation. Thank you. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Sun, very beautiful. And we have the Ace of Cups. So for your current situation, pile 3, with the Ace of Cups here, I do see the Ace of Cups, first off, is a lot about love and new relationships, compassion, creativity, kind of this overflowing, you're bursting forth with this new divine love and energy. You're definitely someone who is a vessel for, deep and spiritual love from the universe. And you're very much somebody who gives and receives love. It's this current situation that you're in is you are now in this very perfect time to kind of open your heart and experience this kind of flow of emotion that is available to you right now. There's a lot of loving connections around you that are willing to come in so long as you remain with an open heart. The Ace of Cups is often very representative of a new relationship, and it could be a friendship, but I do very much get that this is like a blossoming romance. It very much, you may have either rekindled something with a past person, or you have a brand new romance, especially with the Ace here. There's this sense that you are giving yourself permission to be open and receiving of the unconditional love that is coming your way. And it's pretty much reflective also by the Sun card here, because the Sun is about positivity and warmth and success, and it just radiates that positive energy. It gives you strength, and it tells you no matter what you go or what you do, this positive and radiant energy is going to follow and bring you happiness and joy. This energy has gotten you through this significantly tough time and helped you succeed it. And if you're still kind of going through this difficult transition, it does bring you the message that you have been waiting for, and things that are about to get a lot better. There are some challenges always along the path, but the Sun connects you to your power, where it's not fear driven or egotistical. It's kind of like more of an inner energy. And it's an energetic card. So just kind of expect to experience an increase in physical energy, some vitality and general positivity. But I really think that a lot of this invigoration is because of this new romantic opportunity that is presenting itself to you right now. So, in with the Wheel of Fortune card right here, this card very much has to do with good luck and life cycles. There's kind of a turning point. And I do kind of get the sense that that there, for a lot of you, this is like a rekindling of a romance that has been on the rocks for some time. There's the world and your life is always in a state of constant change, and it kind of, this is kind of, the wheel always goes around and around. So sometimes you're at the high point, sometimes you're at the low point. You are very much in the energy of kind of like, I guess, a universal karma where, if in that sense of what goes around comes around, and if you're a kind and loving person to others, they'll be kind and loving to you. Where you put your energy is where you are going to get that energy back, is what I'm saying. So, being able to increase your abundance, good fortune, love, and prosperity, so long as you put that out into the world, you will get it back. Absolutely. But with the angel card here of release, um, I do think that it there is a sense of, like I said, rekindling of a particular romantic connection for a lot of you. There's a lot of compassion and realization that is coming out of these cards um, that is dissolving a lot of the anger that may have occurred in this period of neglect. Um, I guess, the part where it comes to, release is when you start dwelling on how things could have been or should have been, pretty much living in the past. You're replaying past mistakes over and over again and really allowing those feelings of regret to take over. So, for the sense where I was talking about, you being the person that was probably the more on the neglectful side because you had more on your plate, that you were working towards, and you happened to be probably, neglecting or not putting attention into your relationship. Um, just kind of let those feelings of regret and past mistakes, just let them go. Today's, a new day. We're in the present time. Focus all your mental and emotional energy on what you can control and let everything go that you can't. You know what you did, or you know what they did, and today is a new day. So therefore, if you choose to have a different outcome, that is something you absolutely can control. So, this will be able to create a lot of happiness, that you actually can, create in your own environment, in a sense. Let's take a look at your final oracle cards, as well as get a little bit more advice as to what's coming in the future. We have marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And we have romance, the finch and the peach. And, this really speaks to what I was saying up above before, where I do think that there was this one particular relationship where it was very one-sided. Somebody was very much focused on, other aspects of what was going on in their life rather than being present in the relationship. And I do think that there's been some sort of reconciliation period and coming together and an understanding of things needing to change and making that concentrated effort to go about things differently. I do get the sense that for most of you, if marriage hadn't already been on the table, or it hasn't already occurred, it will. Absolutely, some sort of long-term commitment is going to be entering into this situation. I do think that this card is very representative of just a very loving and committed relationship or experience that is coming ahead. There's going to be kind of a new beginning with this particular partner, and there's going to be a lot of feeling of being loved and respected and actually honored. So, rifts that happened prior are going to be mended, and there will be a sense of, like I said, coming together for and a realization that, both of you are meant to be together, and that possibly, there really is love there, but there were certain things that were not being addressed in the relationship. And now that, everything is known, you will be able to move forward with the expectations and understandings that both of you have as to what each other needs, if that makes total sense. So let's get a little bit more information, and I'll use the Light Seers deck for this. Just realized you probably can't see these really well, can you? I'm going to try and get the camera too. There we go. Now you can't see the candle and whatnot, but that's okay. Oh, wow. Really? These little cards, I swear. See, now you just screwed up my whole little spread. Okay. Let's get... I cannot do this without everything being just so. Okay, that's a little bit better. So last shuffle, and here we go. Pile 3, advice and future prediction, Spirit, for love life. Thank you. Yes. Okay. All right. We have the Emperor. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yes, that is awesome and beautiful and amazing. And it really speaks to what I was talking about before. There is now a chance to very much grow something meaningful and, put in the work to make each other and the relationship successful and happy. You both have a decent understanding now of what each other's needs and wants are, and you are committed to each other and making that a reality. The Hierophant has a lot to do with even marriage and specific structures and I guess kind of like not religious beliefs, but kind of the order of things and long held traditions and things like that. And I do think with the marriage card and the Hierophant here, there is a very much a renewed commitment that is coming in, where you both have a chance to grow the relationship and have it really be nurtured and fulfilling for both of you, which is really lovely. But with the Emperor card here, not that it's bad, there is a lot of structure and authority, kind of a father figure type of emperor, type of role that the Emperor holds. It's, I think you are being advised, because it kind of speaks to the King of Pentacles here. You are adopting this fatherly role, regardless of whether you're male or female, or it's just that masculine energy of providing for your family, defending, protecting your loved ones. I do think that this person is somebody who represents kind of a leader who demands respect and authority. But I do think that, through the course of this whole experience, you've gained a lot of wisdom and life experience, and now you are able to benefit from it. I do think that your wisdom in this realm is going to be called on to advise or direct someone who could benefit from it. It does seem to be, I don't know, maybe you would be great as like a relationship or marriage counselor. I don't know. But there does speak to having some sort of wisdom, or maybe you will be, I think actually for a lot of you, you are being kind of advised to, in order to maintain this loving harmony, is that you should seek an outside source in sort of a fatherly figure, counseling kind of type way, where, a lot of people who are couples, they wait until the last minute when things are really on the rocks to go to a counselor. Sometimes it's really nice to go just as a check-in. It gives you the opportunity and the space to express your feelings in a safe atmosphere, and really have yourself be heard in a third party. Oh, hi. Okay, Dallas, thank you. Let's not jump up on the tarot card. I am trying to do a reading. Wow. Okay, forgive Dallas. He's just a big fluffy fat cat. Made his little appearance. But what I was saying was, draw on somebody else's wisdom. This could be somebody in your religious order, a priest, somebody in your church or your religious community who can provide counseling. This could also be, a professional counselor. But there is a lot of kind of this sense of keep going. You're growing and doing the right thing in regards to your relationship. Both of you have your needs out there. They're going to be addressed. Things are being known. You seem to be on a very happy and abundant trajectory regarding your love and relationships, but it's not enough to keep that going. You really have to consider working at it, take advice from others, join a group, some sort of, maybe receive some counseling, just to kind of keep that going, that energy going, have those check-ins, be close with each other, that sort of thing. But in that sense, I really think that, whatever this relationship issue was, where somebody's focus was not directed on their partner, is very much kind of over with, and you are in the current energy of repairing and fixing and kind of rekindling your love and commitment for each other. And it looks like it's going to pay off, is essentially what I'm saying here. So, well, that will do it. Pile 3. I appreciate you being here. And if this reading resonated with you, I would love to see a comment down below. Just let me know if this actually spoke to you or what your specific circumstance is. I do love hearing back from the followers and just hearing that these readings resonate with you. Also, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. There will be a few more readings coming up this week, specifically related to general readings, another love reading, and possibly a career and finance reading coming up later this week as well. So absolutely, just make sure you click subscribe and notify your little notifications bell so that you never miss a reading from me. Also in the description below is all the links to how you can reach me on social media, as well as my email if you have any ideas regarding pick a card readings going forward, or if you're just interested in getting a daily tarot reading. That is something that I post daily on my Instagram and Facebook site. So thank you so much, Pile 3. Have a wonderful